Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another Disney movie review. Today's Disney movie review is going to be on the sequel to the 2007 movie, Enchanted, which is now 15 years old, and that's going to be on Disenchanted. I reviewed the first Enchanted movie like a while ago, and so now I watched the sequel, Disenchanted, and now I'm reviewing it right now, so... Disenchanted is the sequel to the original Enchanted, where it basically takes place at after the events of the first Enchanted, where Giselle is now living as a family, and now she has a family of her own now. But then of course Giselle also meets a woman who's played by Maya Rudolph, and then later in the film, Giselle discovers that there's actually a curse that's spreading around the fairy tale, and that she'll be turned cursed and turned into an evil stepmother or stepsister, whatever you want to call it. But and Pip the Chipmunk is and also the part in this movie, Pip the Chipmunk also gets turned into a cat, like an evil cat, of course, like a pet cat of a stepmother. So, and yeah, and pretty much we got ourselves and pretty much Giselle has to do whatever she can to try and stop this curse and to stop this curse, and yeah, there you go. So when I first heard about a sequel to Enchanted coming out on Disney Plus, I was kind of like. I wasn't really that anticipated for a sequel to Enchanted to come out, but then there are some Disney fans out there that enjoyed the first Enchanted, and I will say I think the first Enchanted's a lot better, because I will say, Disenchanted's not really considered a bad sequel or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying here. It's I'm pretty much saying that it's not as good as the first Enchanted, but it was still a pretty decent sequel to Enchanted, because like I said, the first Enchanted's way better, and it's how they combined hand-drawn animation into live action, like how in the first Enchanted, Giselle actually ends up in New York City, and she basically gets turned into a live action version of himself in New York City from, yeah. But And of course, there was also some parts in this movie that got a little weird. It's, of course, that one part that actually got weird, I guess. But I guess it was kind of funny and weird at the same time. It was actually Pip's cat transformation, like how Pip the Chipmunk actually gets turned into a cat, and of course he can actually talk in live action form as well. Because in the first Enchanted, Pip the Chipmunk in live action form actually never talked, just communicates through chipmunk squeaking. And Kevin Lima, who directed the first Enchanted, he didn't return to direct this sequel. And Kevin Lima, he didn't come back to play Pip. Not even Jeff Bennett. Because they were both actually replaced by another actor to play Pip, of course. But the hand-drawn animation, I will give credit to, because at least the hand-drawn animation I thought was pretty nice. And it's like we hardly ever get hand-drawn animated content these days from Disney. And the songs in this movie, they were okay, but not really as good as the ones that were featured in the first Enchanted. Like Happy Working Song, that was actually in the first Enchanted. But yeah, so I don't think I have anything else to say about this Enchanted. So, because like I said, guys, I didn't hate Disenchanted. I actually thought there were some good things about it, Disenchanted, but maybe at the same time, maybe it was kind of an unnecessary sequel to Enchanted. But at least most of the actors in this movie, at least Amy Adams, Amy Adams' performance is still really good as Giselle. I think Amy Adams still does great as Giselle. And there's also Patrick Dempsey, and there's also Maya Rudolph as the villain, and James Marsden. There are some good acting in this movie, and yeah, but I was kind of thinking, I think Enchanted was better off as a standalone movie. Yeah, but like I said, nonetheless, it's still a pretty decent sequel. So Excuse me. So overall, Disenchanted was a decent sequel, and I'm gonna give Disenchanted 3.5 out of 5 stars. Oh yeah, and plus the opening and closing Disney logo is actually the 2006/2011 Disney logo, because the 100th anniversary Disney logo is not even used yet. But of course, as promised, I think from what I heard, it's at the 100th anniversary Disney logo is actually going to make its first appearance on Strange World, which is tomorrow. And I'm definitely looking forward to I'm definitely looking forward to checking out Strange World tomorrow. Sometime tomorrow with Dad, of course. While we're at the beach for Thanksgiving. Yeah. Alright guys, so that's gonna be it for my movie review on Disenchanted. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.